We got the deads and bench today. Missed you guys yesterday, you know, but yesterday we had, what was it, squats? The squats of death. That's like the high rep range shit. So I had to do like 490 for a top set of 3, and a little chop triple, and then 3 sets of 8 with 425. And then I had to do a 3x8 with bench, 305, I believe. And I wasn't feeling the best, but the weight was still moving really, really good. You know what I mean? Which I'm all around happy about. I'm glad that I was able to still get into the gym while not really feeling all the way there and still have the weight feel light. You know, like, looks like the really good streak is gonna continue this week. I do have the straps on like a little pussy. I think it's good. Like, I think if you work hard on your hook grip, it gets to a point where it's solid as shit. Like, I am very, very, very secure in my hook grip to the point where when I get my fucking hands on Barbella, she's not going anywhere. So I think I can afford days for my hands, because it is hook. I don't know if you could see it, but like the bruising and whatnot, like my thumbs get really, really fucking raw, and then it kind of gets to a point where I can't really hold on to weight like I normally can. And during that time, I like to bring out the straps just to let the, appreciate you, my boy, just to let the thumbs and shit recover. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, there not really is, you know, continuing to do hook grip for the sake of training it if it's literally like so broken down to the point where I can't grip anything. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get sore as shit, you know, and get to a point where you just been doing so much volume on bench to the point where you're starting to digress and then go like, oh, I know the obvious solution. I need to bench more. You know what I mean? Or maybe you do because you're stupid, but I do not like to be stupid, so I am using these straps to let my hook grip recover, because I believe my hook grip has gotten to a point where using days to let them recover and using the straps will not regress my hook. Are you good? So you swear. Like I said, man, check up on your homies. But anyways, I feel tired, but it's nothing out of the ordinary. Usually, oh, come on, man. I almost forgot. Pre-workout. Anyways, pre-workout be hitting, man. Oh, the power's clouding my glasses. Back to what I was saying. I feel pretty fucking tired today, but it's not anything out of the ordinary because that's usually how the Tuesdays go. You know, you guys know, schedule at this point. It's just like all day movement because it's the usual workload, but on top of going back to the gym in the AM, 12:30 AM, so early, you know, morning, and going to record content, then getting back home, editing and all that on top of showering and shit. Usually not in bed until like 5, 6 a.m. on the Mondays, but I still gotta be up at like the regular time. So on Mondays, my sleep goes down, you know, it's more exhausting, all that shit. So it's one of those things where like, yeah, I'm tired, but It's not anything out of the ordinary, not anything unexpected, and we've learned how to deal with it. So it shouldn't get too much in the way of today's lift. Yeah, see, it's just one of those things where I'm kind of tired, you know what I mean? But as I warm up and get to certain weights, I kind of force myself to wake up, and I can just like tap into the gym hype, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? And get to a point where I can at least hype myself up while I'm fucking tired, and then just crash when I'm home. You know, because it's like, I've adapted to being tired on the Tuesdays. So the only really thing about the Tuesdays is that I'm tired during the warm-ups. But, you know, I've adapted to the situation, learned to just do things, to not let it get in the way of the workout. Some cool things. It's the Tuesday tiredness. But we got on the weight now, 5:15. Got about 5 sets to this. That's the only thing about today. Like, I'm sure with how good things have been going with this program so far, and things were going pretty good well, that's not true. The weight would feel good, but I mean, like, we were getting torn up during sets, all that shit. Like, it was bad. Like, and I wouldn't even say sometimes the weight was even going good. Plenty of times where we had to like fucking kind of cheat, pit on elbow wraps for the bench, or, you know, maybe skip a set or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I would say the strength gains from it, at least for the squat, getting to a like RP 8.5, 600 pound squat, the strength gains we experienced it were good, but like the process of it, our first time running it, oh, we could have done a lot of things better. But this time around, it's going really fucking smoothly. It's only the second week in, day 2, but still. So with that being said, I'm sure the weight will not be a problem. It's just the fucking volume with the first couple weeks, bro. I think that's what people mean when they say like, oh yeah, the first 2 to 3 weeks sometimes can be brutal. Like in my case, it was brutal because I went from no experience to an intermediate program, so my body was getting fucking cooked. And then, like I said, pitting in the weight, not the right weight for bench, and just overloading my muscles that I use for bench, fucking myself. But, you know, this time around, I think it's more of just like, I know what they're talking about now when they say for them it's brutal, because it's like those first couple weeks, it's a lot of volume and you just get sore. So yeah, it's a lot of volume, and it's just like, weight's gonna move good, I know, but it's just annoying sometimes, bro. Like, I got 5 sets of this, you know what I'm saying? See, hella slight. I don't even feel that gas from it. It's just one of those things that's gonna be annoying because it's like 5 sets of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I'll take that over the fucking pain and misery last time we were running the program, where it was like fucking, not just the volume that was annoying, but our body was fucking cooked. Bro, I'd be pinning the bar down on deadlifts, walking like this, bro. And then just fucking laying on the bench when it was time to transition for like an hour before I actually start warming up. So I'll take just being a little bit annoyed by the volume work over having to deal with the pain that I did last program. Especially because I feel like that pain halted our growth a lot. You know what I mean? Even got in the way of our PR attempt for bench and deadlift. So I would definitely take it, because that also means no pain, nothing holding us back. All right, so the weight's moving good. Just some things, I watched back the footage, some things I need to, you know, work on the rest of these sets. I'm doing a pretty good job of pulling the slack out and just like like my starting position, I should say, is good. You know what I mean? So not the slack pulling. Like my starting position is good, you know, just sinking in, rolling everything back, you know, like getting more upright. That's gonna help me pull out the slack. But one thing I kind of see that I'm doing is still not pulling the slack out like as effectively. I looked back and I've seen other footage. What I'll be doing is like getting into this position does help pull it out. But once that slack's, you know, being pulled, I kind of just like, you know what I mean? Like the bar, like before initiating the pull, instead of just like, and then pushing, it's more of like, you know what I mean? Like if you slow it down, you can see what I'm talking about, where it's just like, I'll have like the slack pull instead of just like initiating the pull movement. I'm kind of like going back down, you know, like unbending it, kind of just going like this instead of just like going like this and then just pulling it. And then one thing that I just keep forgetting, man, is just pulling those arms into the lats. So those two things we're gonna spend the next 4 sets working on. You know what I'm saying? You gotta recognize shit early, man, and actually make the effort to work on it. That way when the final time comes, like you have what you need, the blueprint to get whatever PR that you want to get. Felt a lot more smooth. So all we do now is just keep on focusing on that. And then also, obviously, for each deadlift day, and just get right. You know what I mean? Just keep working on shit, getting right, so that when the 700 comes, we can actually do it with some energy to spare. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to really tap into the potential with this program, tap into the newbie gains. I know they're there, and I know we have the potential. It's some crazy shit just with the way, like, squat, I've said it time again, squat was like the only day where the body was not getting in the way. Like, yeah, this is uncomfortable and whatnot, but like, it's only uncomfortable when I'm holding the bar, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like using muscles that weren't really fucked up. But for bench, deadlift, things got in the way. So, but like I said, we hit the 600 very fucking smoothly. You know what I'm saying? So that tells me that the potential to hit the numbers that I wanted to on the bench and deadlift are definitely there. So just recognizing things early on and making sure that there's just no room for error, you know? Like, we've already taken the precautions to maximize our growth during this program with just fixing the bench max, actually putting in the right max, and then also just stretching more, you know, and then just like really working on shit, you know, like things have clicked. So just emphasizing on, we're focusing on the things and instilling in our minds, the things that help the lifts click, you know. I would say the biggest problem was that last program, not only did we put in the wrong bench max, but we realized things just too late. Things were clicking and, you know, we learned that stretching really does help, but just kind of way too late, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't much time left in the program, but now we have all the time in the world. So there's just things I want to focus on early on. Make sure that we can just like fucking burst through our ceiling on some Goku type shit when it comes to that 9th week. You don't need your music when they're playing a banger. Oh yeah, we got a good one to finish off the last set of deads. Oh, context, I grinded 2 sets off camera. Believe me, Ryan and cameraman can attest. good shit, man. Good last set. I feel like we put good practice into what we said we wanted to work on. You know, you're never gonna get anything perfect the first time down. You know what I mean? Excuse me. But yeah, feels better, but like obviously it could be a little bit better. Still feeling a little bit of a jerk in my deadlifts, you know, where it's just like I said, where it's just like this instead of just, you know, but definitely cleaner than it was before. But we're done with that. Gotta clean this off and get ready for the bench. So we got all warmed up on the benchy bench. Only thing left to do is rep it out. 4 reps each time. 5 sets of that shit. Things that we need to focus on. The obvious, getting used to the wider grip. And then also engaging the back more. And it's the only things I could really think of in terms of, you know, just working on the bench. But also good news, during the warm-up and everything, no arm pain. Still have that discomfort in here, but it's fortunately one of those things that's like uncomfortable, but it's not really getting inflamed. It's not like as I do this, things get progressively worse like how the arms would be. It's kind of just like there, still healing, uncomfortable, but not enough stress on it when I bench to the point where it's like inflaming it and just making it worse to the point where it's unbearable. So it's one of those things that's just there. A little bit uncomfortable on that first rep, but we're still able to control the weight and all that shit. So in terms of like, you know, arm health and all that shit, we're like golden. Have not experienced that yet. Yeah. Ever since we've been getting used to the wider grip and everything, and all those days just doing it and, you know, like I said, getting more used to it, not having arm pain, the bench is like feeling really good. A lot better than that first week. It took me just a little bit, just because I was working on that wider grip towards the very end of my program, and then the first week I spent working on it, so I was still relatively new to it, so weight kind of fell off. And then on top of that, this was still, I mean, last week it was more fresh than it is now, so the pain isn't as bad. We're more used to it, so the bench is back to feeling like really good, and I can start looking forward to it again. Like last week, I remember telling you guys, fucking warming up, and it's lighter weight, like it's a program. Weight will slightly increase, you have your intensifiers. So we were working with less weight last Tuesday, and the fucking 3 whatever felt like 3, like high 3s, low 4s, bro. It felt so fucking heavy. But like today, I feel good. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know, I feel like I got the swagger back on the bench, you know, like a, sorry for the couple of shots that are a little bit darker. I was shooting a little flexing video, so I had the brightness kind of toned down. Forgot to change it back. But anyways, we grinded a set off camera. We got 3 more sets. Probably grind, I don't know, maybe the second, third, whatever. A couple more sets off camera, but I feel good, man. Bench feels really good. And I'm just fucking happy. Like, even though we're dealing with this and it's uncomfortable, I'm honestly just fucking happy that like the arm pain is gone. Cause like, holy shit, that was legit. Like, this is uncomfortable and it's like a nuisance, but the arm pain was not only uncomfortable and a lot more painful, but it was legit, as I said, holding us back. This is uncomfortable, yes, but it does not prevent us from like, you know, benching and, you know, having good form and whatnot. Like, the way the arm pain was, like, it was literally preventing us from controlling the weight, number one, and then also just form-wise. Like, it was impossible for me to retain good form because I'd have to just like do bench in a way where I wasn't just completely destroying my shit. You know what I'm saying? And then also just like prevented me from sometimes even doing the program as I should be, because I would sometimes just be in so much pain, I'd pit on the elbow wraps. So I'm just fucking thankful the arm pain is just, the tendons actually healed up and we're good. All right, you got, what was that, 3? Yeah, set number 3. You got 2 more sets. So we got the last set today. Slight 4. Just gonna continue working on the stuff we've been working on with the bench. Just getting more used to wider grip and engaging the back more. Once we finish this, it'll be all around a good day. And the most annoying thing about putting the fucking mic down is just like, after lifting, my brain gets fried, I forget that I don't have it on. Why do I do that for bench? Because I don't want you like in the mic while I'm benching. But anyways, slower, but I mean, that's not really a bad thing. Just because it's the 5th set, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, granted some more off camera, but it's the 5th set, so obviously it's not gonna be moving as quick as the 1st or 2nd, you know what I mean? Like, completely raw now, but I'll take that, felt good. I feel pretty good with the wider grip. Really adapting to that nicely. Also, you know, getting more in tune with the back, which I think is helping us control the weight on the way down, and also make it so that we're not doing like a fucking negative with the weight, where it's just like, you know, spending way too much time burning too much energy on the way down. I really feel like it's helping us control it and allow us to move it down quicker and not expend as much energy. Yeah, the arms are good. You know what I'm saying? I feel it a little bit, but it's more so just, like I said, fatigue rather than just like the tendons fucking on the verge of tearing apart just from doing 5 sets of that after we were already getting beat up from doing 5 sets of the deads. So all around, another fucking good day, and it's looking like it's gonna be another, not even good, exceptional week on this program.